Hello and welcome to SalesData. Today I'm going to be taking you through a quick tour of the Market Comp or Market Comparison Report. Here we are at the SalesData homepage, and you can get to the Market Comp report by navigating over here in the sidebar. It's the fourth report down from the top. The Market Comparison Report shows sales compared across different markets that you have access to in your account. And that can then be compared by different filters such as publishers, distributors, subjects and formats, or over time. So the first thing you're going to do on the criteria selection page is to select a user group, and this will only be available if you have multiple groups available in your account. Next up, you have the option to select which markets you'd like to compare. The default setting for market is the All Markets, and you can use the checkboxes in the Select a Market section to change your selection, or to add more. So let's say I wanted to add in Book City and Costco, I can do that way. To deselect a market, use the X on the corner of each choice in the right column here, or uncheck the checkbox. Markets you've selected will appear in columns on your results page unless you choose the Over Time option, in which case they'll appear as rows. An important note for publishers, distributors, and sales agents is that every market in the Market Comp report is subject to watchlist restrictions. This means that you will only be able to see sales data for ISBNs that belong to you and are in your watch list. This is also true for the All Markets. Now, while the All Markets is an open market in the other reports, which means that you can view sales of other publishers' ISBNs in it, this report is not the case. So in this report, you will only show a total of your own sales in the All Market, and this is so that you're comparing apples to apples, so that when you're looking at titles in the All Markets and Costco, you're only seeing your titles in both of those markets. If you're a retailer, a library, or a wholesaler, watchlist restrictions do not apply to these account types because you only have access to view your own markets. You can see sales data for all ISBNs, but only within your own market. Another thing that's important to note is that the Market Comp report excludes sales of titles that have blank rows or missing bibliographic data in the publisher, distributor, format, or subject fields. This is done to ensure an accurate comparison. We need to have good quality bibliographic data for all titles included in this report. Scrolling further down, we get into the comparison selector. In this section, you can choose how you want to compare the sales, with each option changing what will appear in the rows on your results page. If you choose by publishers and are a retailer, library, or sales agent, you can select the option to show the top 500 publishers by toggling this to yes or no. If you are a publisher, distributor, or a sales agent, you can select the option to show your own publishers by toggling the Your Company Publishers option over to yes. The toggle will appear in the same part of the page. If I flip this over to no, I have the option to type in publishers I want to compare, and a suggestion menu will appear below with options that you can click on or continue typing. So let's say I was looking for House of Anansi. I can type it in here, and then it will appear, and I can select it. If I changed my comparison to by distributors, we see a similar view allowing you to select which distributors you'd like to look at. Looking at by subjects, by default, all 6 top-level subjects are already selected. So that's fiction, nonfiction, juvenile, young adult, no subject, and non-classifiable. To change this or to select a specific subject category, you can click on the Add Edit Subjects button down here, and this will pop open a bisect subject tree, and you can navigate through like this, or you can search for what you're looking for up here. So let's say I was looking for cozy mysteries. I can select it from the list. It's also worth noting that in this report, selecting a top-level category will not automatically select its children. The subjects here are independent of each other, so if I had just selected fiction, that will only return a single row of data for fiction that shows the total sales for that entire category. Next up, you have the option to select by formats, and this works in a similar way to the subject selector. Clicking on Add Edit Formats will open a format tree that you can scroll through or search, and again, selecting a top-level category will not automatically select the levels beneath it. Over Time reports require users to select reporting periods using different time intervals. The markets are displayed in rows, and the time intervals are in columns. So the first one is Snapshot, which gives you a report with preset columns showing the current week, the previous week, year to date, the previous year, and the 2 years previous. You are given the option here to choose the week ending date for that data. And And you can do so by clicking on the calendar icon here and then choosing from this pop-up. Consecutive weeks, months, and quarters allows you to choose the reporting intervals to appear in the columns. You may also choose the week ending date and the number of weeks that you would like to display. Quarters are based on the calendar year, with Q1 starting in January and Q4 ending in December. Year over year allows you to see the same reporting interval over the past 10 years. Each year's data is displayed in a separate column. Here you can choose to see data from the same month, quarter, or year, and you'll be given the option to specify which of those you would like to see. If you choose to see sales by publishers, distributors, subjects, or formats, you only have a single reporting period available. You can use the calendar pop-up to select specific dates, or alternatively, you can click the drop-down menu here and choose one of the preset options for reporting periods. Here, you can select which value you want to use to rank the results data. You can choose to rank the resulting list of titles according to units sold or values sold. And if you've already set some column presets, you've run this report before, you can choose that here. So let's run this report and see what we get. Here we are at the report results page for our market comp report. Up at the top, the first thing you'll see is the criteria summary. So this gives us a summary of all the parameters of our report. If I wanted to change any of these, I can click on the View Adjust Criteria button here, and this will take me back to the Create Report screen. Based on the criteria I've selected, the data will be displayed on a table with the markets I've selected across the top here. However, if you chose to view the sales over time, then you will see timeframes across the top, along with units sold and values sold columns under each time frame, and you'll see the market in rows. The All Markets will always be shown in the first column, and the rows will be ordered based on those numbers. All subsequent columns you select will be ordered alphabetically. In order to shift the rows around, you can click on any of the column headers, and that will resort the data. If you wanted to change what columns are being shown, you can go up to the Customize Columns button here, and this will open a pop-up that will allow you to modify what columns you're seeing. If you made some changes and decided that this was what you wanted to see as your columns going forward, you can click on the Use Columns below for My Defaults, and this will save that for your future reports. As with the other reports in SalesData, you have the option to download this report as an Excel or CSV file, or you can send an email to yourself. If you think that the market comparison report with these criteria is something that you're going to be running regularly, you can choose to save this report to the My Reports section of the site, or you can distribute it to your colleagues either by email or by sharing it with them through SalesData. Saving the report this way means that every week when the data is updated, your report will also be updated to reflect the new information that we have. So that's everything for the Market Comp report. If you have any further questions or want to learn more about the reports in sales and library data, you can go over to the Help button here to get a look at some more of our documentation. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us via the web form here or by sending us an email at salesdata@booknetcanada.ca.